Good afternoon. My name is Doug Crawford, president of jobapplications.com. Welcome to the newest resource on job applications, our Google Eric, you're supposed to. Anyway, we're getting started today with the Hangout, and we're really excited to bring you this forum. And today we are talking about entry-level jobs, and we're out there seeking people who are interested in asking any questions of me. Basically, my background is 20 plus years as an executive and in the HR area of oversight, and we at Job Applications have a site that is dedicated to giving information about all the major brands basically in the country to help younger people in their job cycle get a job, and that involves company bios, it involves the video library that we have, as well as many interview questions and tips. And now we also have a blog that comes out about once a week. And now the Hangout. So we're trying the Hangout for the first time. So I guess at this time I see there are a couple questions. Just go ahead and select one here on the site. From Devin. Devin, what are some good buzzwords I could put in my resume to catch a manager's eye? You know, that's a tough one, Devin, because you know, it depends on what the job you're after. I can say that on your resume that you definitely want to put maybe a list of your attributes, and those attributes are maybe what a manager might be looking, especially if your job experience isn't very strong. So if you're hardworking, honest, those kind of things, that traits that might be things that your strong points are, that's definitely an area that you can put in your resume that would catch a manager or human resource person's eye, because those are the types of people typically, you know, upbeat, you know, team player, those kind of things. Those are always about benefit to your resume, and I really couldn't say based on the job, not knowing the job. So maybe if you want to get back to me with a more specific question on what type of job you're going for. And I see I have a question here from Frank. Are there any tricks to make sure that I get an interview? You know, again, there are no tricks. If you're not qualified for the job that you're interviewing or that you're trying to get a job for, there's not going to be any good tricks. But I can tell you a couple things that I would do. Number one, I would write a cover letter. A cover letter in today's world, to me, definitely distinguishes oneself from the multitudes of resume requests or job requests that just send a resume. Just sending a resume can be good, but if your resume is not that strong, you can write a nice cover letter that says, hey, I'm not that strong in what I know, but here's what I like about your company, here's what I think I can do for your company, and I really want to work for your company. And if I read that in a cover letter before I ever read the resume, I would like that person already. So that's one thing that you can do. And you know, the other thing you can do, if it's a local place or it's something where you can call the manager and ask for the manager, there's no problem to say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, did you get my resume? I'm really excited about the job. You know, that's a really good, the squeaky wheel. That shows a lot of positive attitude. It shows that you want the job, shows you're going above what 90% of the people that just send a resume do. So maybe there's a couple things, hopefully, Frank, and you can get a job by showing a little more on the ball and pressure to the manager that you're excited about working there. See, here we go. Here's Tina. Tina has an interview at a trendy retail store. Good for you, Tina. Not sure what to wear. Should I try to show off my style or stay professional? Well, if you're at a trendy retail store and you like to dress trendy, and better yet, if you're going to a trendy retail store where you bought your trendy clothes, I would totally wear those trendy clothes, Tina, because you can say, hey, I love shopping here. Look what I'm wearing. It's clear that I get your gist of what you're trying to sell. I think that would only be a plus. I think going in wearing khakis and a golf shirt, or actually a blouse, might not be the right answer at all. So I would definitely go trendy. And if you have anything that you bought, I don't care if it's a belt, tell them that you shop there, I think. And if you haven't, go shop there quickly and wear something that you just bought and go to your interview. Hopefully you can afford to do that. Good luck, Tina. Okay. Had an interview, sorry, Heidi Vlahos. Had an interview, I mean, I shouldn't say last name. Sorry about that, Heidi. Had an interview over a week ago. Still haven't heard back from the company. Should I start looking for jobs, for other jobs? Heidi, what I would do if I were you is I would call. I think that showing that, I mean, that a lot of people don't have the nerve to say, oh, I had an interview, I haven't heard. Make that call them, bug them. If they don't return the call, then probably it might not be the best fit for where you want to work there anyway, because if they're not willing to return a call to someone that interviewed with you, maybe that's not who you want for your boss anyway. The only thing I might advise too, when you're in the interview and you finish the interview, I think it would be a really good idea, and I think it's very, very proper question, is when the interview's wrapping up, you say, do you think I qualify for the job? And then you kind of get an answer. I mean, most managers will go, yeah, you have enough experience, or you have the right qualifications, and then so maybe you're down to the top 3 or something. So asking the question, hey, do you think I'm qualified for the job, or do you think that I know enough to get this job, and you get a response from your interviewer, that will also give you some indication if you're going to get that call back. And if the guy says or gal says yes, then for sure ask the next question. Well, how many people am I competing against? Or, and these are valid questions that there's no interviewer going to be upset that you're asking questions, especially ones that you're really relevant to, knowing what your status is. If he says no, well, then the phone's going to ring forever. But if that person says yes, then you know that you're in the running, and great. So that's how I would handle that, Heidi, and then future interviews definitely ask that question. Okay, so I have one more question from Marco. And Marco, why do some online applications include a bunch of questions that don't even relate to the job? Well, I'm not looking at that particular application, but there are a lot of companies that put questions on their applications to find out what kind of person you are. They may be testing you on the application, on whether you can answer the question in a full sentence using correct English. It could be any number of reasons why unrelated questions. They also may be putting that on their application and checking it against your resume. There's a lot of times where people turn a resume in and they fill out the application, and maybe the same story isn't related from the application to the resume, and they catch some people trying to get away with some expansions of the truth. So There's a lot of reasons why companies do that. It's gotten very psychological, I guess. They do a lot of psychological analysis, and they're looking for the right people. And so just answer those questions as best you can, as honestly as you can, and those questions definitely won't hurt you. So hopefully, Marco, that will that'll help you. So I think I am done with that one there. And what do I have here? What is this? People. Okay, so I have Amber, and she's currently viewing, and she is talking about networking as a way to find a job. I don't have a network of people to help me. What should I do? Well, honestly, I don't think networking and an entry-level job is necessarily what you need to do. I think looking in your local paper, even going to the mall and asking at retail locations or walking into a fast food location and saying, hey, are there any job openings, or whatever your interest is, Amber. I think that's the way to do it. I mean, once you develop in a job, in a position, and you pick a profession, or maybe you have friends that are in other jobs, that's ways that networking can help you. But if you want that first job, I think that what people are really wanting is someone that they can trust in, that will work hard for them, that will have a good positive attitude and communicate well. And I think the rest will be natural, and you'll develop a network as you go. Developing a network is pretty simple. I would just go on and start a Google Plus account, start the name escapes me at this very moment, but go to those social, start those networks, and I think you'll do fine. So right now I think we're out of questions. Actually, was this going to speak to me? I don't know. Being our first one, we're still learning about our hangout and how these are going to go. Definitely are interested in helping our viewers and helping our clients who go to the site. Of course, all our services are free, and this is just another tool that we'll start producing. Not sure how often, but keep an eye on the Google Plus page, and we'll make sure that you have plenty of time to sit in on the next hangout. If you watch this video and you have some questions, then for sure just send them to info@job-applications.com, and I'll be glad to address all questions that are received. Unless I get 1,000, we'll see. Hopefully we get 1,000. So at this time, I don't see any other questions. I don't see any other viewers' last chance to get in on a question. And if not, I thank you for joining me today. And jobapplications.com is here to help you find your job. And we're here in many ways to do that, through our blogs, through our videos, through our information on interviews and questions. So hopefully we'll see you on the next time. And this is Doug Crawford signing off.